Chapter 9, Part 1, The King of Knowledge, Scenes 9.1 to 9.6.
Introduction: When knowledge becomes love.
Scene: The battlefield of Kurukshetra is still tense, yet within Arjuna a quiet transformation is taking place. He has heard of karma, yoga, renunciation, and the eternal self. He has seen death reframed and duty sanctified, yet something remains incomplete. Krishna now prepares to reveal the ultimate secret, a truth so simple and yet so supreme that only a heart full of trust can grasp it.
Then, in the ancient world, sacred knowledge was guarded carefully. The highest truths were not written in scrolls, but passed from teacher to disciple through living relationship. Krishna calls this teaching Rajavidya, the king of knowledge, and Rajaguhya, the king of secrets. It is royal because it leads to mastery over life and mind, and secret because it is hidden from those who doubt or mock the divine. This knowledge is not merely intellectual, it is experiential. It dissolves the boundary between God and devotee.
For Arjuna, this moment is sacred. His confusion has turned into yearning. The friend beside him on the chariot is no longer just Krishna, he is now the divine teacher, revealing the essence of all spirituality. The Gita, which began as a discussion on duty and despair, now becomes a symphony of love and wisdom. Now, this truth speaks directly to our age. We live surrounded by information but starved of meaning. The internet gives us data but not peace. The news offers analysis but not clarity. Krishna's voice cuts through this modern noise. Real knowledge is not in the mind, it is in the heart that remembers me. Spirituality is not escape from life but understanding it as divine expression. The king of knowledge is the realization that God pervades all, from the smallest atom to the largest star, from joy to sorrow, from victory to defeat. When this awareness dawns, devotion flows naturally. And when devotion matures, it becomes true knowledge, knowledge that sees one reality behind all appearances. Krishna also emphasizes faith. Without trust, knowledge becomes dry theory. With trust, it becomes transformation. This is why he calls this wisdom both supreme and sacred, not because it hides behind rituals, but because it is accessible only through sincerity.
For Arjuna and for us, this chapter answers the final question: how to live in the world with full engagement, yet remain untouched within.
Focus. The highest wisdom is love in action. Devotion is not emotion but clarity, not superstition but science of the heart. To know Krishna is to see divinity in all, to act with awareness, and to live with love. Scene 9.1, The Royal Secret.
Scene: Krishna says, "To you who are without envy, I shall declare this most secret knowledge along with realization. Knowing this, you will be freed from all evil."
Then Krishna begins with intimacy. He tells Arjuna that this secret is not for all, but for those who are sincere and free from envy. Envy clouds the heart. It cannot recognize greatness in another. Only humility opens the door to divine knowledge. Krishna assures Arjuna that what he is about to reveal is not dry theory, but direct realization knowledge that liberates. For Arjuna, this is a moment of grace. The warrior, humbled and ready, is about to receive the essence of all Vedic wisdom.
Now, in our lives too, envy and pride block wisdom. We may accumulate learning, but without humility we remain bound. The Gita teaches that spiritual growth begins where comparison ends. When the heart is pure and open, knowledge flows naturally. Krishna's promise is not only for Arjuna but for everyone. When you listen with trust and live with devotion, ignorance dissolves, and you are freed from the heaviness of fear and guilt.
Focus. Knowledge is sacred when received with humility. The heart free of envy becomes the vessel for divine wisdom.
Scene 9.2, The King of Knowledge.
Scene, Krishna continues, this is the king of knowledge, the king of secrets, the purest of all, directly realizable, righteous, easy to practice, and imperishable.
Then, Krishna describes this knowledge in glowing terms. It is royal because it governs all others, secret because it hides in the heart, pure because it cleanses all impurities, and easy because it is lived, not merely learned. This knowledge does not depend on ritual or birth. It belongs to anyone who approaches with faith. For Arjuna, this is revolutionary. The divine is not distant, not bound by caste or ritual, but accessible through sincere devotion and right understanding.
Now, in the modern world, spirituality often feels complex, layered with philosophies and techniques. Krishna simplifies it. The highest truth is not achieved by climbing mountains or mastering scriptures, but by recognizing the sacred within everyday life. True knowledge is practical, it makes you peaceful, kind, and fearless. It transforms attitude, not just intellect.
Krishna calls it imperishable because unlike external success or fleeting emotions, this knowledge cannot be lost. Once realized, it stays with the soul forever. In a world obsessed with temporary gains, this is the only lasting wealth.
Focus, the king of knowledge, is simple, pure, and eternal. It is not gained through effort alone, but through surrender. When wisdom becomes devotion and devotion becomes living truth, life itself becomes sacred.
Scene 9.3 Faith, the gateway to the divine. Scene, Krishna declares, people without faith in this Dharma, O Arjuna, return to the cycle of birth and death. They do not reach me but remain in the path of ignorance.
Then, Krishna sets the first condition of real knowledge, faith. Without it, even the most intelligent remain bound. Faith here is not blind belief but the trust that allows experience to unfold. The doubter's mind, forever questioning motives and fearing deception, cannot rest long enough to see truth. For Arjuna, this is a call to courage. The battle before him mirrors an inner war between faith and doubt, surrender and control. Krishna reminds him that the path of devotion requires a trusting leap not into uncertainty but into the heart of the divine itself. In the ancient world, faith, Shraddha, was considered a spiritual power. It was the bridge between learning and realization. Knowledge might inform, but only faith transforms. The Vedas said, as one's faith, so is one's being. Krishna reawakens this truth for Arjuna, showing that faith is not passivity but participation, the readiness to walk into the unknown guided by divine assurance.
Now, in modern life, doubt often masquerades as intelligence. We question everything, yet trust nothing. Krishna's teaching offers balance. Healthy inquiry tests outer facts, but faith grounds the inner life. Without trust in purpose, in goodness, in divine order, the soul remains restless. Faith gives direction when reason reaches its limit. It does not suppress thinking, it completes it.
Faith is also practical. Every day we live by unseen trust in the sunrise, in breath, in love, in continuity. Krishna urges us to extend this natural faith toward the divine. The moment we stop demanding proof of God and begin to live as if His presence were real, we start to perceive it everywhere.
Focus. Faith is the bridge between knowledge and realization. Doubt analyses life. Faith transforms it. Trust the divine process and wisdom will flower naturally.
Scene 9.4. The divine in all things.
Scene. Krishna reveals, all this world is pervaded by me in my unmanifest form. All beings exist in me, but I am not confined in them.
Then, Krishna now describes the heart of the royal knowledge. He pervades everything, yet remains beyond all. The universe rests in him like pearls on a thread, but he is not limited by it. For Arjuna, this is a moment of awe. The friend seated beside him is not merely a charioteer, he is the invisible foundation of all existence. Mountains, rivers, warriors, and winds all move within his unseen presence.
In this teaching, Krishna dissolves the duality between God and creation. The divine is both immanent and transcendent within all forms and beyond every form. This vision prepares Arjuna for the revelation of the cosmic form later in the Gita, where Krishna will show the universe contained within him.
Now, modern life often separates the sacred from the ordinary. We imagine God as elsewhere in temples, in scriptures, in heaven, while we struggle in the noise of daily life. Krishna overturns this division. Every atom, every sound, every life carries divine presence. To live with this awareness is to walk through a world of wonder. Work becomes worship, relationships become sacred partnerships, and nature becomes temple.
Seeing God in all does not mean ignoring injustice or pain. It means acting with the understanding that everything is interconnected. Compassion arises not from sentiment, but from realization. Harming another is harming the divine within oneself.
Focus. The divine pervades everything. Live with reverence in every moment. Seeing God in all is the beginning of true wisdom.
Scene 9.5 The paradox of divine transcendence.
Scene, Krishna continues. Beings are not in me, behold my divine mystery. Though I sustain them and give them life, myself remains apart.
Then, Krishna deepens the mystery. He has just said all beings dwell in him, and now he says they do not. Arjuna is invited to go beyond logic into direct insight. The world exists within God, yet God is not bound by the world. Like space that holds clouds, yet remains untouched by their passing, Krishna supports creation without being trapped in it. This is his divine paradox: intimacy without entanglement, presence without possession.
For Arjuna, this is revelation. The same Krishna who guides his chariot sustains all existence yet remains free. He is both the nearness of a friend and the vastness of the infinite. Understanding this changes how Arjuna will see everything that follows. The world is not chaos but divine order, held together by consciousness itself.
Now, this paradox remains the key to spiritual freedom today. We suffer because we identify with passing forms, our bodies, roles, opinions. Krishna teaches detachment within engagement. You can act, love, and serve, yet remain inwardly free. Just as the sun shines on all yet remains untouched by what it illumines, you too can live in the world without being consumed by it. Recognizing this transforms anxiety into trust and isolation into unity.
Focus. The divine sustains all yet remains free. Learn to live like that, engaged yet untouched, active yet peaceful. True freedom is to act without bondage.
Scene 9.6, The Cosmic Garland. Scene, Krishna explains, as the mighty wind moving everywhere ever rests in the sky, so do all beings rest in me.
Then, Krishna offers Arjuna a vision through metaphor. Just as the wind moves everywhere yet remains within the sky, all beings move within Krishna. He is the boundless expanse within which all activity unfolds. The wind seems free and restless, but its home is always the sky. Similarly, beings appear independent, yet they can never exist outside the divine. This imagery dissolves separation. Krishna is not merely creator or overseer. He is the very space of existence, the vast consciousness that contains all.
For Arjuna, this teaching lifts devotion to vision. His personal relationship with Krishna expands into cosmic awareness. The friend sitting beside him in the chariot is the infinite reality holding all motion, all life, all destiny. The universe itself becomes the garland of Krishna, every soul, every breath, every act a bead strung upon his presence.
Now this verse carries immense comfort for us today. We often feel isolated, floating in a chaotic world. But Krishna reminds us that nothing is ever truly apart. The same life that breathes through galaxies breathes through you. Even when you feel lost, you are within the vast sky of consciousness. The winds of joy and sorrow, gain and loss, love and grief blow across life, but your true being, the space of awareness, remains untouched.
This realization is liberation. When we understand that everything moves within the divine, our anxiety lessens. The world no longer feels hostile but sacred. Every relationship, every event becomes part of the same cosmic movement. We stop asking, "Where is God?" and begin to see, there is nothing outside him.
Focus. You are never outside the divine. Like wind in the sky, live freely yet anchored in awareness. Rest in Krishna, who holds all within himself. Closing summary: the King of Knowledge.
Scene. As the first part of chapter 9 concludes, Krishna unveils to Arjuna the most sacred truth that love and knowledge are one. The battlefield fades into the background as the dialogue turns inward. The chariot becomes a temple, and Arjuna becomes a disciple in the sacred presence of the divine teacher.
Then, Krishna begins by offering this royal secret only to the faithful. Scene 9.1. To those free from envy, open to trust, he reveals knowledge that liberates from all evil. This wisdom is not dry philosophy, but living truth, the king of knowledge that purifies and transforms. Scene 9.2. Yet faith is essential, for without it, even the learned remain bound. Scene 9.3. Arjuna is reminded that doubt may sharpen intellect, but only faith opens the heart to realization.
Krishna then reveals the heart of this knowledge. He pervades the universe in his unmanifest form. All beings exist in him, though he is not confined within them. Scene 9.4. And yet, paradoxically, he remains apart even as he sustains all. Scene 9.5. Finally, Krishna offers the beautiful image of the wind resting in the sky, a picture of divine unity and freedom, scene 9.6. All beings, though moving in infinite ways, live within him, the infinite consciousness that holds all.
For Arjuna, these revelations dissolve the last remnants of separation. God is no longer distant, hidden in rituals or heavens. He is here in life, in duty, in breath itself. The warrior's despair begins to fade as he realizes, to act in the world is to act within the divine.
Now, this teaching speaks directly to our time. We live in an age of noise, data, and disconnection. We chase knowledge, but it rarely brings peace. Krishna's Rajavidya shows that true knowledge is not about information, but transformation, the awakening of awareness that all life is divine. This wisdom purifies, simplifies, and dignifies life. It teaches us to see God not outside existence, but within it, not apart from struggle, but through it.
Faith too is redefined. It is not naive belief but the courage to live with trust. Every time you choose hope over fear, compassion over cynicism, awareness over distraction, you walk the path of Rajaguhya, the royal secret of devotion. Krishna's metaphors, pearls on a thread, the wind in the sky, the unseen foundation of all remind us that spirituality is not escape but expansion. When you understand that all beings rest in Him, ego softens and love becomes natural, the mind stops clinging and the heart begins to serve.
This king of knowledge is thus the meeting of wisdom and devotion, jnana and bhakti. It is knowledge that sees unity and love that flows from that seeing.
Focus, the essence of Chapter 9. Part 1 is this: God is both beyond and within, untouched yet sustaining all. True knowledge is devotion in motion to act, love, and live as if everything rests in Krishna. This is the King of knowledge, simple, pure, transformative, and eternal.